You are now watching Love Stories and Vibes by Loveandships.
Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Love Stories and Vibes by Loveandships. My name is Bade, and I am your host. Today, we have the Adeleyes with us, and would be what we usually do. We'll talk to them about their marriage and how they got here. So let's meet them. Hello, Ifedayo. Hello, Chinenye. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting to come on the show.
Thank you for having us.
And let me give a quick backstory. When I reached out to Chinenye to come on the show, then she reminded me that we had shared a post on Loveandships Instagram page about their love story, kind of.
Yes.
So I was really happy. When I read the messages again, I was blushing. I was really blushing. I'm sure that if Ifedayo saw that message.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I saw a birthday message.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yes.
It was last year.
When she told me about coming on the show, then she sent me the screenshots again to confirm. So I went there and I saw the responses.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, this thing is like a blessing, really, because it's sort of like a thing now. When people see me outside and they're like, "Oh, I know you." Okay, from where? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, your Chinenye's husband. I saw your wife's tweet. Okay. I can't go anywhere now.
People will catch you.
It was nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming, guys.
Thank you.
So I'm sure that a lot of people, well, including me, I'm curious about how you met. So can you share with us?
Yeah. Should I start?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's a very funny story. I just finished from university and I saw a post about coming for a training at a PR firm. So and at that time I studied guidance and counseling, but I just wanted to explore a lot because I just felt in Nigeria studying guidance and counseling will just put you in a box. Where can you work? So I saw the advert and I was like, okay, let me apply. I may be lucky. So they told us to write 200 words on why you should be chosen, and I was still a final year student then. I just did something and I got a mail that, oh, you've been chosen. Come down to Lagos because I schooled in UI. Come down to Lagos for an interview and all of that. So after the interview, I was lucky I got into the training. It was beautiful. I did the training. Ifedayo was one of the facilitators. I remember he trained us on cultural intelligence, right? And he trained. And when he came, I came late that day because a friend of mine came to I was scheduled to get an award. So she came from Ibadan to do my makeup and all that. So she left the next morning, Monday morning. So I saw her off to the bus stop where she was going to get her bus to go back to Ibadan. So I came late to class. And when I came inside, I just saw him. I'm like, this teacher is so proud. So it was not because other teachers have come, facilitators have come, they've been so nice to us, they make us laugh, crack jokes and all that. But Ife was just very focused on why he came, cultural intelligence, I don't even think people asked question, he left. I'm like, now what for this teacher? But anyways, that's the way I'm here. Let me focus. So after the training, they wanted to absorb the interns, people that they felt did exceptionally well at the training. They wanted to make them interns, part of the organization. So I was chosen as one of them because I was chosen to be part of the non-profit sector of the organization. So I remember when I got into the company that day, I had option of working in 2 places in the company because we had other arms of it. So he walked up to me and said, "Oh, Chinenye, hi, nice to meet you," and all that. Where do you want to work? Do you want to work here or do you want to work in the other company? I was like, to be honest, I'm still very confused, but I think I would love to work here, but I'm still looking at it. So as God will have it, I was working where he was working, right? So that's how we started talking. Every time after work, to be honest with you, because I'm just kind of person that I can make great friendship with guys. I have a lot of guy friends and I don't ever think that, maybe this person likes me or maybe I've trained myself that, guys are people that you can have friendship with. It doesn't have to be intimate or romantic or whatever. So I just enjoyed having conversation with him. He was very cool. He was always, very cool with us, intense compared to other staff of the company. So it was very beautiful. So every time I close from work, I'll go and meet him. We'll talk about, before we start talking about our families. He told me about his family from Ondo. And I'm like, Ondo, me, I've told myself I'm not going to have anything to do with Ondo people in my
Why? I'm from Ondo.
You're from Ondo? Hey, what a coincidence.
You just can't seem to walk away. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh wow. Okay. So I had a lot of experience with them from when I was in, because I didn't see before I went to university. I had roommates that were Ondo, and they showed me Pepe. They were very, I don't want Ondo people to see me. These clips now come and fight. You can hold for me. Let me just leave it as it
Just
is.
watch what you are saying.
They should be, let's live like that, But I still had some good ones around me, right? But I maybe just formed the bias in my head that Ondo people just running from them, those people, they can be very interesting. But so I was just dissing him that, hey, we Ondo, but we're still friends. He'll come and ask me, oh, do you want to eat shawarma in the office? I'm like, I don't mind. He will buy, divide it into two. I'm like, my man, why? If you want to buy from me, buy. Which one are you dividing into two? Are you trying? What are you trying to do, this guy?
About that.
So that's how he gave me a shawarma. I'll eat in the office. In the office, we had the kitchenettes. We'll come, we'll eat together. Sometimes we buy me food. Sometimes buy me amala. We'll eat together, we'll gist and all of that. So it was just very good for me. And so after 6 months, I had to leave the company. And he told me that he wanted to see me again. He said something about, when we were because Abi did a party, it was a December like this. So there was an end of year party. And so he offered to, funny story, I forgot my purse at home. The person that someone came to my house to get dressed. So she followed me we came together to the party. She was the one that paid for the Uber. I had to beg her to see. We were rushing, so I dropped my purse, and I think I have only 200 naira in my purse right now. And 200 cannot, she just please, that she know where I will transfer the money back to her. So coming back home, I had to go and tell Ife that, baby, I said, baby, I didn't call him baby at that time. Ifedayo, I forgot my purse. I don't even know I'm going to go, but I know that I'll find you. I was like, don't worry, I'll drop you off. Let's go. And he was living in Surulere. I was living in Surulere. He was living in Masha. So he drove me as we were going. He was telling me that he would love to see me again, or that if the company is done with me, he's not done with me. But I didn't take it too deep. I'm like, what does that even mean? I'm like, well, I'm just going home, Sha. So Asha went home, sat down, called me, are you fine? Everything. I'm like, I'm good, I'm okay, all right. So I think 2 days after, he said that he wanted to see me and all of that. So we met, and then plenty things happened after. And he told me, see, I like you. I want to date you. And I'm not just dating you, I want to marry you. I said, so fast, sharp guy. So at that time I was dating someone. I told him that I was in a relationship and I don't believe in double dating, because I saw him as a friend, a big brother, because he's a very, very wise person. He's smart. He can come and have written. He's a very calm, quiet person, but he's someone that is very conversational. I'm a talkative, right? I love to have conversations with people. So when I met him and I saw him as that person, I can have proper conversation. I felt like, this guy is cool. I was even telling him that if he's looking for a wife, my younger sister is available.
She said that. I still remember.
I have a younger sister that's available for him, but if you feel that if he's looking for a wife for that, I just said it. So that's what I just said, in case he's looking at me as a prospect that, please, I'm taking, So, very funny story. It's around this up. I just told him that, see, to be honest, I told him that I'm in a relationship, but there's a lot of things going on. The relationship is not working out, and I intend to leave the relationship. But I won't date him until I finalize with that, because I don't believe I should double date. If you're double dating, I'll not be happy, So I like doing things right, although it puts me in trouble, but I just like doing things right. So I reached out to the other guy and told him, wait for me, let me go and break up, I'm coming. So wait, I'm coming. So I went to the other guy, called him, I told him, see, this relationship is not working out, and I don't think I can continue anymore. I was like, oh, okay, if that's what you think, I'm not going to beg you. I know you'll come back to your senses and come back to me. In my mind, I laughed. I said, sorry for the laugh. So that's how that one went down. The guy didn't even reach out to me again. I'm grateful for that, because I know a lot of people start stalking and all that. The guy was so mature that he just left me alone. And I came back to him and said, okay, guy, you can start dating. I've left just the other person. I'm fully here with you. You can start. I think that was January 5th.
Oh no.
I think it was first week of January, Sha. It was first week of January.
1st of January, we still had a call.
Mm.
We still had a call where you told me about something that happened. So it was probably around 2nd week of January.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was close to the 20th. Because I was in, if you remember the night you called me and told me about what you did, something, and I was telling you to be patient. And all that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
so it
actually know it
probably
was in
around the
January.
Yeah, it was in
Yes.
January, yeah. So,
Yeah,
the final, yes.
Mhm.
So we had the conversation about going out on the 26th of December, 2019.
Mhm.
So that was, yeah. So she said no. She will think about it, but she's currently in a relationship. Yeah, so I said fine. That's not a problem.
20th of December.
20th of December, yes. And then I traveled home. So when I came back, yeah, we're still on that mobile calling, like we're still on our
Having
friendship,
conversations.
yes. Or at least we had sort of like set the tone that okay, this is what Ifedayo wants. So as narcissistic as I am, let's just keep watching him. Yeah. So yes, by the 2nd week of January, that was when she told me that okay, this is over. So what are we doing? Or like they normally say in books, who are we to each other now? Yeah. So yeah.
I want to take you back. Right. So I want to hear your perspective on.
So everything she said was totally correct up to the point of how we felt about each other from the first impression. Like from the first day when I saw her. So what I saw was her back. She was wearing a grey t-shirt.
Yeah.
She was wearing a grey t-shirt. She had usually the Deeper Life style thing going on.
You had to say that.
Yes, I had to. It was the first time that I still did that. Okay, yes. So I saw the back. And so my first impression was, okay, proud woman.
Can you imagine?
That was the first impression.
Gentleman.
Who is this person coming late to my class? So much pride. So she was talking to a friend. When she walked in, that was when I saw her. Then after she finished with the conversation, she went to sit down. So that was it. But I didn't pay attention because I knew what I was there to do. But in between when the training was going on, people had already begun. Like we had begun to know each other. People had begun to talk about every other person. Oh, this person is good. That person is good. I already had sort of like a limited knowledge of what she was about, like our NGO, how she treated her friends and all that. So it was easy for me to go and meet her when she came to join the company that, oh, what do you want to do? Because I sort of realized that having that conversation would help her to make that decision.
Yeah.
So she decided, but also because I was interested in having that conversation with her, allowed her to now come to meet me every time we've had something happened, this happened, that happened. Also, the other interns during that period, we were able to explore that opportunity. So it was not as if we were doing all of that, oh, he likes me, not that sort of thing going on. But I think what really changed it for me was October 1st, 2019. So so I've told that just every time I remember, it's just weird. So she used to do this Independence Day picture thing.
Yeah, my birthday.
Yeah. So also her birthday, but she used to do the theme she did that year was Independence Day theme, where everything was green and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, the background with the Nigerian flag thing, but the background was green and white.
Yes.
She wore
a white gown.
White gown
green
with
flowers.
green thing. Yeah. So, but the smile in that picture was just like, this smile is lively. This is life. Like, sort of felt like this person has life. I don't smile in pictures. And I've also been with, it's not really a guy thing. It's more like when you know somebody has stories, someone has stories to tell. So I just do the different things. I liked her from just being able to engage her, but also the picture sort of like told me that this is somebody you should have something, not really, doesn't have to be marriage or relationship, but more like you should have this person in your life because there's something here, and I would call it life. Like, if this person is with you or you're friends with this person, there's never going to be a dull moment. That sort of thing. So that was, and then unfortunately around that period she had an accident.
Yeah.
In Ibadan, a bike accident then. Yeah. So then, and me, I'm a very kind person.
Very.
You already know.
Bah.
So yes, I was calling. I was doing a lot of calling. Like, Alpha, what's up? Are you okay now? So she came in. I was also. I think that was when I went to buy this scar cream.
Yeah. Oh, it bought me a
so
cream.
she said when I bought the cream, she was
after.
like, "Okay, why are you so interested in my leg? What do you want?" But she
I
didn't tell me any of that. But
I was
later
very
she told me that later.
But we want scar removal cream. I was like, wow, such a nice man.
Well,
do you know you're looking for a wife?
I was looking for a wife. Yeah. So that was sort of like what set the tone for us to like. I would say like each other as people.
Yeah.
Like, to just say, okay, I like you as a person. I want to get to know you as a person. So that's the thing. We were also spending a lot of time together because morning, yes, we would talk. Evening, before she left the office, we would talk too. But I also understood that because we were in an official environment, so having that was not going to work for us. Because imagine being in a relationship and in the same office.
Office romance.
A lot of
Me, I didn't even think about it.
Yes, because at that time that was not.
Maybe it was in your mind. You
from October, I already started thinking about. Okay, so this is, and again by December when she had to leave our office when our internship was over, I was already now thinking, okay, this is going somewhere. So between October and December, I would say that was the period that I knew what I wanted. Like, okay, this is. So I know where this is headed. So it's like, okay, so the 26th, I told her that this is exactly where this is going. And I could go home and also say the same thing because as a 32-year-old guy, so it was the thing like, okay, so who are you dating now? Yeah. Okay, I'm not dating anybody, but I know the person I'm going to marry. I've already asked her out, so I'm just waiting. Where is she from? Anambra State. Igbo, yes. Oh, Igbo. Okay, no, sorry, not Igbo. Omo Igbo. Yeah, yes. So that's my mom. Omo Igbo, yeah. So, but again, she didn't really take it that serious. But, so that opportunity was already there. Like, okay, so I'm guessing this, we're not going to have to go back and forth on Igbo, tribe, whatever, which is fine. So, yeah, so that was it. But I went home with the idea that I know the person I want to be with. So even though she had not said yes, I just knew.
You were expecting yes.
I am not going anywhere. Not exactly that. It was more like, even if she doesn't say yes, I'm willing to stay and wait until that happens. That's what
very patient man.
There was something I said that day, and I said, I think I was so foolish. I said, because when I know what I want, I get it. She looked at me something like that thing sounded weird.
But you were saying your mind now. You were very
like the mindset that I had.
Yes.
I don't exactly want a lot of things, but when I want something, I know how I can be patient and just say, okay. It's like going to, like when I go for shopping, there are times when I don't know what I want to buy, for instance, for us or for my child. Or when I see that thing finally, I don't care the price.
Yes, true. That's true.
So that's usually how it is for me.
Yes.
So like she already said, January, yes. By April, right? We went home. I think we went to see my mom in April.
No, you came to see my dad in March.
Yeah, so I
met
my father-in-law in March. Then
we went to
see my mom in June. In June. Yeah, so that was it.
No, COVID. Yes, COVID.
It doesn't really take up.
Yes.
So we went to see my mom, but we already knew. So from January, I knew where we were headed.
You wanted to say something about shawarma?
Yes, I was actually waiting for him to finish.
Okay. Sorry, so to go back to the shawarma. So, funny thing is, before we met, I was not really a shawarma guy.
Ooh.
I didn't start eating shawarma until 2020.
Okay.
So I was not the sort of person that would go out to go and buy
shawarma.
So
me too. I didn't like that.
Shawarma for us was more like, it sort of became a joke at the end of the day because, do you want to eat shawarma? Yes. I'll go and buy shawarma and then I'll cut. You said half. No, it was not half.
What was what?
It was me cutting the top off.
Oh, okay.
I'll cut small part of the top off and I'll give her the rest.
Why do you?
Because I needed to share. Because I started the conversation with, do you want to eat shawarma? If I say I want to buy shawarma, then I'll go and buy shawarma.
Yeah, okay.
So at the end of the day, it was like, okay, let me just cut this small part and I'll give her the rest. It was the same way I would buy biscuit. I'll buy biscuit in the evening. She'll come. When Maryland was still 600 naira. she'll come to my table, see Maryland, and start. By the time I get back to the table, she will have finished half of it.
There was so much hunger.
So that was how we did the whole food thing.
Oh God!
When I bought, was it the spaghetti, the Singapore noodles, or amala?
I think it was amala. We met in the kitchen and they were still eating.
No, I bought noodles one time.
Eyo will be so proud. Eyo will be
so it was basically me bringing food to the office, and we had to share every single time.
Yeah.
So that was how.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how's it been? So you guys moved fast.
Yeah, we did. We did. We moved very fast.
So when you know.
Yeah.
For you, he knew first, right?
He knew first, yeah.
Yeah. So how was it for you? When did you decide? Okay, this guy.
Okay.
This is it.
So when I met him, one thing I realized I was a very kind person. I like to believe I'm a kind person. I don't. How will I put it now? I don't like to take nonsense, but I can be kind because I just have this soft spot for people. I just feel that people should be treated kindly and all that, So when people need my help, I always want to, except I'm incapacitated, for helping, So when I met him, I saw him as a very kind person because when we were doing our internship, we had mentors or we had senior colleagues. He was our senior colleague, and people working with him, because he was working in the PR space, I was working in the non-profit space. My fellow interns had beautiful things to say about him. Oh, Ifedayo, he's so kind. He's always there. Sometimes he cover up for us. Even when we are in trouble, he finds a way to quickly speak up for us. He's willing to teach us every time. Oh, Ifedayo, don't worry, you can't talk to Ifedayo. So everybody saw Ifedayo as a very kind and helpful person. And I'm like, this guy is a very kind person. So that already formed, I already had that mindset that I wrote down some things I wanted in a man. Number one is kindness, because I know that sometimes there will not be love from the conversations I've heard. Sometimes love may not even be present, but that kindness that person had for you. Because I've seen a lot of posts where people say, oh, their wife was very sick and they didn't do anything. They were just there because maybe the wife has made them angry a day before and they were still angry. And your wife is sick, maybe asthmatic, and you're there like, when you're ready, go and pick up your what they call that, inhaler. So I just knew that I wanted a kind man and raising children and all that. So I already knew that Ifedayo is a cool guy and all that. So I remember that I visited his house, and he cooked. And I entered the kitchen and I saw cooking, serious cooking. He separated the vegetables. And I'm like, no final bus stop. I go nowhere. What else am I looking for in this world of sin? Oh God, So that was another thing I saw, because I know a lot of men that will not even branch kitchens, want to even help out. And this is a man cooking a full-blown meal. His fridge was full of all kinds of, I saw moi. I'm like, even me that I'm a lady, I can be very lazy to cook, So, and that was Then we had, I don't know how to explain it, but one thing about me, I don't waste time. Like he said, I didn't waste time to tell him yes. In space of 2 weeks, and immediately he told me, I told him, come and see my daddy. He came to my daddy. He told me, let's go and see your parents. June, pam, we got married, So it was very easy for me because first of all, he was a kind person. He was very homely. You know that this guy is a family guy. I saw the way he always spoke about his family, his mom, his dad, his siblings, and how he's trying to invest in them. How he's trying to, I see most of the times friends call him, he leave everything he's doing. He runs to fix their issues. You understand? And I also did background checks. I'm a believer that my parents could not start calling his family. You know how they do in the olden days where your father will have to call. But in my mind, I'm like, they can do all the research of the family and they are still not even talking to him. So I started calling people that knew him, some staff that have left the company that I had a good relationship with. I went to research, check people that knew Ifedayo. Ask, please, what do you know about Ifedayo? And all that. I didn't even tell them that he asked me out. I just wanted to know, he's my senior colleague. I just want to know because I want to talk to him about something. What do you think? And there was nobody that said anything bad about him. Everybody had beautiful stories about him. And anytime I post about him, people say, Ifedayo is a solid guy. So I had that testimony from different people, from people that he worked with, senior colleagues, junior colleagues, and all of that. So it just gave me that confirmation. And I had to pray because I didn't wait for God to show me a sign. Some people I saw a sign. I dreamt and I didn't have all those dreams. But if it just felt like this is mine, like our values aligned. I'm talking about something, and it's like, yeah, this is what I think about it too. Sometimes I will not even tell him that this is what I think. What do you think about this? And everything he's saying, I'm like, no need. You just, and he was always willing to settle issues. He's very peaceful. I'm the very up and down person and jumping on and all that, but he's a very peaceful person. And I knew that the kind of person I am, sometimes I'm not patient, sometimes I can be very up and down, but he's the cool, he's a cool, calm guy. So I just felt that, I'm the fire, he's the cold water. Let's just, that combination is just good. Because sometimes when I'm all over the place, like, Chinenye, come, let's arrange you. So he arranges me and I'm good to go, So it's that, it just worked for me, knowing that this guy is my guy. I can tell him anything. Like, even when I'm in a total mess, I'm not scared to come back and tell Ifedayo, see, I've messed up, see what I've done. He will not judge me for one bit. He'll say, nah, it's not. He will say, find a way to corner, come back to make me feel like I'm the best person. So even later, you can still say, no, Chinenye, I think you should have done this. But in a very beautiful and loving way. So I don't even feel like I'm being chastised. I feel like I'm just being corrected. Constructive criticism, right? Very easy. So, all this I was watching, I can be very all over the place, but I'm very observant. I can come into a place and just know, maybe because I studied guidance and counseling, we did a lot of psychology, So I knew that this person can be like this. This person. Some people told me, actually, you get married to a guy in this space of 1 year. Are you sure? I'm like, this guy, I know him. He's solid. Some people change. I'm like, there's some people that don't change. This guy, I from what I've seen, he's a very good person, and I will marry him. So I think that was it for me. Yeah. Yeah, the swelling. But I'm telling the truth. It's the truth.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're in Nigeria, right? We are very big on culture, and you're from different tribes.
Yes.
And you mentioned that your mom or your family, they were not really against, right? But we know Nigeria, a lot can be. How about you? How did your family
Take it.
the fact that you're marrying a Yoruba
man.
as in...
Okay, so it was not so hard for my dad. My daddy married a Yoruba woman. So my mom is from Lagos. She's Momoh.
Oh.
Yes. So you already had that tribal inkling. But he was a little bit worried because my eldest already got married to a Yoruba man. So he was like, hey, all my daughters are getting married to Yoruba man. Yoruba men know what's happening. But I just told him that, see, I've tried to date Igbo guys. And from what we were not just, it was not easy. Too much wahala, and just felt like there was no compatibility. Maybe if I'd met other Igbo guys, it would have been easy. But this person I've met, he's a good guy. You'll meet him. He is a very good guy. He's solid. He's respectful. He loves me. He takes care of me. Like, I can feel like Ife loves me. There's no conversation that, is it small? Is it 100%? It's way more than 100%. And I just felt that that's what I need in my life. I just want someone that is there for me, care for me, know when to provide for me. He knows that I like to be very independent. I'm misdependent. Maybe that's why they gave it to me on October 1st. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know, but I can like to do my things on my own. I don't like to disturb anybody. But he still makes it a point of this. He says, Chinenye, yeah, I know you like to form Superwoman, but see, let me do this. Leave it. Let me do this. And I appreciate it because not every man, some people like, you like it? Oh, good. It saves me money. But he is not like that. So I told my father and assured him. Well, family members, uncles, auntie, was a lot. But they know me as someone that is very strong-willed. And, I love to do, when they've seen that Chinenye is set her mind to do it, it's just leave her up, Mark. Just leave him. So I told them, and one of my uncles said something. He said, I told him that, sir, I've met a Yoruba man and he's the one I want to. He said, all of you just going to marry Yoruba men. If anything's happening in your family, how do you expect us to come as the Igbo people to come and settle this? Well, I'm like, sir, nothing will happen. This man is a good person. Nothing will happen. You don't have to come and settle any fight, and it will be peaceful. Don't worry. He said something. He said, well, it's okay. You are sure that you love him, he loves you? I said, yes. So even me that marry an Igbo woman, what did I see? Please go ahead, my daughter. Don't worry. Go ahead and just enjoy your marriage, So as soon as he gave me, unfortunately, he didn't even live to be part of the marriage. He passed on. He was very supportive to me. He was there during my introduction. Was there. Was very supportive. Oh, he passed, along the line. But he gave me support, and I think that was the support I needed. My mom is late. She passed on 2019, so I'm sure that if she was around, she would have been so excited. And she loved. If my husband is the firstborn. She was also a firstborn. So she loves firstborns a lot. All my friends are firstborn. She would call them, talk to them, advise them. So it would have been so beautiful if she had met him. So I think that intertribal marriage my parents had paved the way. So it was not so stringent for me. For Ife, it was already an old man. They were relatively, even if it's...
They wanted to marry him off.
Anything, come and marry, please. Just say you have brought somebody.
Just carry anybody.
Just carry anybody. Just marry.
I'm begging you.
I'm begging you. Even Gungwanu, take your wife and go. I don't think he didn't have much pushbacks. His father just wanted someone that was cool. He didn't want wahala for him.
Yes. I think that's
he didn't want. He wanted peace. He wanted peace for Ife. His father likes him so much.
Yeah, so I think she's right with the fact that yes, peace was what they were looking out for.
Yes.
So when apart from maybe my mom seeing her for the first time, like when she came down from the bus, and she was like, Ifedayo. Okay. Well, my dad was a lot more analytical to say, like, he said he watched us for like 2 days when we went to see him. So he watched us for like 2 days, and then he now called us the following night, like the second night that we spent in his house. And I was like, okay, yeah. So I like what I've seen. I like how you guys are, and so I'm okay with. But again, that's my dad. So he doesn't talk too much. But when he says something,
yeah, he gave me solid advices when I traveled. So it's a very good.
So
plan.
what mattered, like she said, was just peace.
Yeah.
So you got married.
Yes. So hey,
has it been
this man?
Married life
cajoled me to marry me.
Because
serious cajole.
So we have expectations in our head,
yes,
right? Before getting married, of what marriage would be like.
Yes.
Sometimes those expectations don't match reality. So what were the expectations? Let's just talk about how has married life been, and what expectations did you have of marriage, and what is the reality? Let me start with Ifedayo.
Okay.
I better not say something that. So I want to be as truthful as possible.
I'm
because I don't want to give
love
like.
our vibes.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
There was something I said to my wife on the 20th, that day when we were having our conversation. And I said, I don't know how we got there though. I'm struggling to remember. But I said something to her when she was about to leave us. I said, I know how you are. I know the things that you want for yourself. But I also ask that you are very patient. So that was that night. Sorry, that evening when I asked her out.
Yeah.
I asked that you be very patient, both with yourself, with us, and even our children. Because things might not work out the way we want them to. So there was a long spiel, but basically the whole idea was that, yes, I want you to be very, very patient. Yeah. I didn't go into this with things that I expected to turn out. I didn't go into this with images in my head of how we wanted. There are so many things that I say to her, but one of the things that I say so many times is that we have not done a lot of the things that I want us to do. Like, for instance, we didn't go for a proper honeymoon.
Yeah.
It was a COVID period, and yes, we spent a bit because we had to handle our wedding by ourselves. Yes, we've not done a lot of things I wanted to do, but at the end of the day, where we are, the things that we've done together for the past 3 years, I won't say yes, I'm on top of the world, but I'll say if you wake me up every morning and say, are you happy with your marriage? I will always tell you that I am. What were the things that I expected? No, yes, partnership. Being able to call my wife and say that I want us to do something, and I know that we're in it 100%. Being able to feel like no matter how the world turns out, no matter what happens today in Lagos, like there's a bam. Is your child going to be okay? Is your wife going to be okay? Will she be able to undo whatever comes our way, even if you're not there? Yes. So for me, those were the things that I wanted. I didn't want someone who would always just, oh, where's my husband? I need my husband to be here before we talk or before we do anything. Nah. So so even on our wedding day, that was one of the vows that I made to her. Like, I want your voice to be as strong as possible. I want you to do so many of the things that, because the woman you're looking at right here, anybody who has Chinenye as a friend, as a co-worker, as an employee or an employer, my God. So those things, those qualities bunched into one person are the things that I wanted for my family as well. And also, like I said, even without me being there. So I didn't go into the marriage with the expectation that, yes, 24/7, we are always going to be kissing and romancing and all that. No, we are way too busy and too serious for that. I didn't go into
I'm
the
not
marriage.
serious with you, please. Hello.
Well, yes, I am. But I also understood that, for instance, I think the day that I knew, like, this is it, was, if you remember the day I came to your house that I brought that cream to your house.
Cream.
The day you said you fell in.
Okay, yeah, got her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, yes. So
I see your
After-
comment.
you
I don't think do you know the comment I'm talking about? Do you know the comment she was talking about? Don't worry, continue your story, we'll get there.
Okay. So that same day, so when I was leaving the house, she was telling me about a church member who had a problem because, again, COVID, you know what was happening to a lot of people during COVID period.
Mhm.
So she was telling me about a particular family that had not eaten for a while, and she was trying to raise money for them. So she said it. I was like, okay, oh, this is wonderful, nice. But again, because I was so worried during that time about what happened to her, so I didn't really imbibe that information really well. So when I was walking away from their home, I think I was just a few meters away. So I was going through WhatsApp stories and all that. And then I saw the story on her own WhatsApp where she was informing her people that, okay, please, so there's a family that I'm trying to help. If you have anything that you want to donate, she wants to raise 40,000 naira for them.
Hello.
So the world is harsh enough to understand that any place where you find kindness, any place where you find someone who's willing to grant favor on other people, that is where you want to be. Either friendship or whatever. So that was a day for me that sort of like set the tone for every other thing that I wanted in my marriage, and every other thing that I expected in my marriage. If Chinenye calls me today or changes in a way that, okay, I have to ask my, okay, are you a kind person? That would set a tone differently. I have to now sit back and say, okay, but I've known you since the beginning to be this sort of person. So did I do anything? Because I know you. This is your foundation. Kindness is your foundation. So if anything changes that, I have to ask myself if I did something to warrant that sort of thing. Yeah. So for me, that was the one thing that I expected. I was not expecting a lot of flashy or whatever. So that again allows me to be very patient every time we bump heads. Because, like, you know, she's a very strong, opinionated person. I might not be that stubborn, but I also I also stick to my opinions. But again, I understand that when we do that, we are both coming from good places. Yeah. So we just need to find a place where we have common ground, where we know this, okay, this is what we want. So can we find that thing that we want, and then we move from there. So yes, that was just my single expectation that sort of guided everything that we've been doing, that I have been doing from that onward.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Chinenye.
Okay, so let me start, because I will not say I have expectation. He made me even how will I put it now? Have expectation, like, okay, because you know sometimes you are doing some things and your mind is like, marriage, you to walk in Jesus' name, amen. And you're like, Then he does something and you're like, it can be better. Okay, let me put my mind here. Then he's done this again. Oh yeah, let's, So for me, the expectation, because I don't expect things from people. I just feel that everybody is one, especially the way the country is very harsh and hard right now. Everybody is 1 minute away from being very crazy and angry with you. Just for you to just touch one button, the person is already, and you'll be like, just now you're smiling all of a sudden. You're I'm sorry. So I understand that part that everybody is going through a lot. So I don't even expect anything from you. If I see you do, I'm like, okay, do. I've been waiting. So it's okay. So I would not say I went into marriage with so much, but from what he has done for me, okay, let me get like that comment you're talking about where I fell into gutter. We are planning our introduction. I'll stay in my father's house. So I went either buy food or I went to buy something because I'm trying to, I'm visualizing the street now, close, Doero. So I was trying to navigate. And me, I can be, I was very rough as a child. Sometimes I just want, instead of me to pass them, I want to jump gutter. I was like, there's a road. I'm like, let's just jump, Jerry. Why can't we jump? Explore life. So I jumped. Or sometimes my husband is baby, you don't pass. Come and pass here. I'm like, okay, I'll pass. So sometimes when our babies do something, I can't even know how to talk. I'm like, the boy is just like me. So in my experimental life, I jumped and I fell into the gutter. Thank God the gutter didn't have a lot of yama and all that. It was just gutter filled with sand, but my legs crashed. I had a bruise. So I go home. I just called him. I was crying. I fell inside gutter. I said, where? How? He said, sorry. Can you quickly take something? Few minutes later, I just said, Coco. I think it was Esther, my younger sister, that opened the door. Just saw Ifedayo. It was holding Rob. And I think...
funny thing, the ointment is still
at home. So I'm like, he came. They said, oh yeah, sit down, stretch your leg. My younger sister was too shocked, like, like, this is love. Is this playing? She was too shocked, like, wow, okay. I think you told Esther to go and bring something. I don't even know. Maybe you told her to bring a cup so I can drink something. I don't even know. But I know you told her to do something. Esther was shocked. She was too shocked. She was like, I know that thing in her mind. She was like, oh, I'm not going to settle for less. So I remember that I was like, yeah, I'm setting good example as a big sis, So he came, he massaged my leg, and I was touched. And for me, I'm like, wow, I don't have to think of marriage as I can just manage and do it. I can actually have a great marriage. Why am I not even expecting? So for me, marriage has been expectation of a lot of kindness, a lot of, I just want enjoyment, a lot of having your own person, knowing that, no, this person got me. See, in my office, many times I want to do stuff. I'm like, don't worry, let me call my husband. He has an idea for us. So my colleagues is an unpaid consultant for them. Just Chinenye, please let me to ask your husband now. Please now. Let me check. You see, it helps a lot. So I also saw him. I also expected that he helped my career because he was much more senior, and he has all the ideas in this world. His brain like this. Hey, God, sometimes I wish I have half. I'll be flying without wings. So I expected that he will help. And to be honest, in as Christians, we pray that our expectation will not be cut short. To be honest, my expectation has, I don't know, it has been met and has been exceeded, to be honest, because which man, I don't know, there may be men who I have not seen, which man wake up with you by 5 to enter the kitchen sweating, cooking. So sometimes you have to wake up early to cook jollof rice for me to take to work. And for King to take to school. King is my son. He's 2 years, so he takes to school. He would put hot water in his cooler, wash it, pack his food, pack my food. Sometimes one day he woke up to cook Yamarita. Yamarita is a long process. He will boil the yam, put the flour in the egg. I don't even know how to do it. You get so. I woke up. I'm like, he has cooked. He has packed my food. He has packed King's food, and it's all good. I remember when I gave birth. That's why every time my soul, I can just see my soul will just be praying for him, because when I give birth, it was crazy for me. I was, who sent me message? But this man was there, and I'm grateful that at that point, it was still during that COVID 2021 period, so people were still trying to work from home and navigate the whole work process. So he was there. He would do the night shift. I would sleep. I don't even know what has happened. I wake up and I'm like, oh, I still have a baby. Where's the baby? Where's the, and I have an engorged breast. And I'm like, all I'll just do is go and pump, let the breast come out. And I'm like, I'm tired. I want to sleep. Baby, go and sleep. Go and sleep now. I don't want to be awake. You're supposed to be sleeping, So I don't know. Like, I tell people, since I met him, my life has become better. I have a thriving. I was out of work for like almost 2 years because I got pregnant and had a baby. When it was time for me to get back to work, he sat me down. We had a career coaching. This was not husband and wife. He was strict, tough love. He said, Chin, this is what you're going to do. I said, I want to do. He said, no. What do you want to do? I told him, I love project management. Like, okay, so stop all these other courses you're doing and focus on project. I was like, okay. So he pulled me through. He introduced me to some people that could help me. He called people and I said, Chinenye, I need mentorship. Please, can you mentor her through? He was there. Even when I got a job and some things I was not clear on, he came through many times, to just pull me through and made me understand when it was time for me to leave that job and get that job. He supported me. He said, is that what you want? Good. How do you want to start with me? Okay, let's do a plan. Let's do this. And I'm on the job. He's still supporting. So yes, every marriage have their own ups and downs. We have a lot of downs. Yes, sometimes we fight. Sometimes we don't talk. I remember the biggest fight we had that we didn't talk to each other for 1 week. It has never happened before, but something happened and both of us were so angry. But when we had to settle, both of us were crying, we hugged each other, we apologized to each other, and it was good. But marriage for me has been blissful. Sometimes I wish if I had gotten married earlier, I would be doing greater in my life, in my career. I don't have any regrets marrying him, to be honest. It has exceeded my expectation. I don't have everybody that knows me know that Chinenye married an amazing man. There are so many things that I don't even remember now. Like, is he supporting my own family? He gives me support. I try to support his support. So I just feel that he's giving so much to my family. Ask me, oh, how is this? How is that? Like, he goes out of his way to make me feel like you are the most loved. I don't have any doubt to say, oh, is it? So, and I'm not just the only one saying it. Everyone around him says the same. Ife, leave it for Ife sabi this thing. So that
Again,
it has been.
with everything she has said, we fight, oh.
I've said it. Must say it again.
We fight. So, yes.
Anambra coconut head and Ondo stubborn.
Again, the fortunate thing for us is one thing that I love about her is the fact that she loves to have conversations.
Yeah.
So whenever we want to end something, we realize that, oh no, this is why are we fighting? Try to talk. We just don't come to say, oh, I'm so sorry, my Bindu, I love you. No. We actually sit down,
talk through things.
And okay, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Who said what? How did we get to this point?
Yeah.
Okay, how do we ensure that this doesn't happen again? So that, because normally,
he doesn't like
men,
to talk.
You just want to talk and move on. You just want to say, okay, have we finished it? Let's move. No, she wants to have that conversation. And then I had to get to a place where, yes, I want, because I sort of saw that helped us in a way to say, we don't want to keep referring to, okay, but you did this the other day, or you said this the other day.
Yes.
We promised ourselves we do not ever want to refer to the past.
Yeah.
So when we fix something, even when you're angry, don't mention that thing. Just the issue that you have right now.
Yeah, focus.
Yeah.
Focus on that.
Let's just finalize
it, and then move on. So, and where the places where we have I'll call them disagreement once in a while is because she is very methodical. She wants to be very precise about what she wants to do. So, for imagine, it's a taboo for her to say that, okay, we have discussed coming to this podcast today, for instance. You now call her the morning off and say that, oh, honey, we will not be able to make that podcast because something came up. What?
Timothy plan.
The idea that she has to reframe the whole day it's not going to work out. The fact that you called me that morning to say you're not going to do it, you should have called me 2 days before. Or called me, so that thing, you have to do it. Or when you say something is going to happen on a particular day, and she has already realized, okay, now I have to work out my days or my minutes according to that day when that thing is going to happen. And you now come to her and say, see that deal, we have to move it forward. No, this is what you told me.
But I'm changing now.
Happen on that day.
But I'm changing.
Yeah, so I'm going into why we are to now.
Mm-hmm.
So there have been several instances where we've done something like that. We've agreed on something like that. Or I had to take action without letting her know that I'm going to do something like that. Then to me, I'll tell you, or I'll tell my wife when it's done.
Mm-hmm.
But she comes to me with, number one, you didn't tell me before you did it.
Yeah.
Or number two, you told me this thing is going to happen in a particular day, so why are we now moving it again? So those instances we have to now fight, because I'm like, but it's not that serious. Well,
serious.
All we want is for it to be done. Or, but you should know things change. Things can happen. No, things cannot happen. Things cannot change. So we had that issue at the earliest point of our marriage, because I'm like, this thing I remember when I bought a stabilizer from a friend.
Yes.
So I was going there to check the stab. I think what happened? They were not traveling. I think he stopped using it. It was like 5,000 kilowatts or whatever.
Yeah, very, very good.
Very, very. So he told me like, okay, he's not using the stab anymore. He wanted him to come and pick it up and then pay for it. I said, okay, fine. So I told her that I was going to check, but I didn't tell her I would buy it. I was just going to check it. So when I got there, this was in 2021. Before we had a child. So I went to pick it up. So when I saw it there, I'm like, okay, well, I like it too. Yeah, let me just pay for it. So I picked it, drove home. But when she now saw the stab, you paid for it? I said, yes. But you didn't call me to tell me that you were going to pay for it.
Yes,
like,
no.
Yeah, but yes, I paid for it. I thought you were
I'm blamed on pregnancy hormones too, Sha. I was pregnant.
So, but the whole thing was how having to understand that for people like her who are that methodical about the things they want to do, and also like information, like they want to communicate over everything. So having to get myself to that stage. But I also realized that she has also walked herself back, I won't say backward, but in a way where she also understands that, yes, everything doesn't have to be rigid. There are things that can change once in a while. So my job is to now ensure that, okay, even if they do change, a bit anticipatory, if that's a word I can use in this case, to say, okay, it's possible. Expect something can change.
Yes.
So those were the things that we had issues with at the beginning, to say that, okay, let's get to understand who we are as a person. How do we now accommodate our flaws in ways where I'm not trying to change you, but I'm also trying to ensure that we live in peace and we understand each other when we're trying to make decisions and things like that. Yes, so those were the reasons that we and fatigue too, Lagos fatigue.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like when for one of the things that made me laugh this morning was when she came back from yesterday's event, and she just didn't want to talk. She was very tired, and I was trying to like engage her, like, Alpha, baby, are you okay? Let's talk. So just trying to make her laugh a bit, but she was not willing to engage. Like, okay, Ifedayo, move back. You understand at this point. Face your. And I also saw that my son was trying to disturb by a bit. So, Olga, yeah, let's go to the parlor. Let mommy rest. So initially, again, because I'm trying to make her, but I sort of realized that no, this is about you. You're trying to make yourself happy because you want to make her happy.
Yeah.
No, leave her. So that sort of way of understanding each other and being able to make accommodations for your partner and trying to at least fix yourself too.
Yeah.
Listen to yourself and then fix yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that helped us in times when we had our arguments.
Thank you for sharing that. So I want to talk about gender roles. I keep saying we're in Nigeria, we're Africans, right? There are expectations. Oh, this is how, when you get married, daddy works, mommy takes care of the home. But from the conversation, right, it seems that Ifedayo is domesticated,
Very, very.
right?
Yes.
And how is that working for you? How did you have to adjust to anything? And also take a bit into financial responsibilities, right? I hear a lot of, I tease my husband with it, right? When we say, oh, my money is my money. Your money.
Our money.
Your money is our money.
Yes.
So what do you practice? What works for you in your home?
Okay. So let's start with the gender roles, right? So one of the things I said earlier that made me, very endeared to him, because I'm like, if a guy can be very detailed in his cooking, it means that it's something that he will love to do. Some people, if you get to their house, they're always buying food. I'm not, which is not bad. You understand? Every different strokes for different folks. So it made me feel that, yes, because he has known me since as a very ambitious person. I'm a career-driven person. I love to make impact. I love to make money. I love to be out there. He has known that about me, and both of us were cool with that. So he knew that Chinenye will always be that girl that is always up and down, trying to make impact, trying to be in big boards, trying to talk with big people and all of that. It has always been like that. So when I met him, I'm like, okay. And we had conversations, and he doesn't have a problem cooking. Sometimes when I even go to visit him, I'll be in the parlor cooking. Watching TV. I'm like, don't worry, just leave it, don't worry. You cook, bring it for me, serve me, give me everything. And he didn't see it as a problem. While I don't take that for granted, because I see it as a very huge privilege, because it helps me. Because I have friends that will tell me they work, their husband works, their husband will come back before them. Their husband still expect them to come back with their tired body to cook for him. Sometimes there'll be soup in the freezer to make a bar. I won't just be able to bring out the soup, and even so, at least because both of you are working. So how? So for me, I was like, God, thanks, because it means God listens. Because I told God, I want someone that can cook. I want someone that is there. I want someone that can be, there with my child. That, so sometimes I'm made to believe that he does a better job with King than I do. So I said, this is your mommy. King's mommy, King's mother. Because he knows how to do, because me, sometimes I'm tired. I'm like, this, sit down now. What? But if I would just say, don't worry, baby, bring him. And before you know, two of them are fine. Anytime he baits King does not cry. But when I bait him, he cries. And I've tried. I'll be singing, playing. But still, you get this. I don't know. I'm not scary, I know. I try to play his Coco Melon song, This Little Light of Mine, for where he will cry, scream. But once my husband takes him to the bathroom to bathe him, he will play with water, happy. He will not even want to leave the bathroom. He knows he has his way around it, which I appreciate, right? So that as much as, he's still doing it, but most times when I come back, I still out. Maybe what do you want to eat? It's not like I cannot cook. I can cook, but I don't cook as good as he is. A better cook than I am. I'm not ashamed to say it. So I'll like cook anything. I say, maybe say I've cooked, or she eats, and he eats it with so much love. Even to my mind, I'm like, this food is not tasty so nice. Well, he eats it. He has never complained. So he doesn't have a problem with it. So I knew that if he's coming out to do that, I don't have a choice than to also support financially. And that's how it has been from the beginning. Do you understand? So I know he still takes the bulk of the work when it comes to finances, but I don't just leave him. We're having a conversation because we intend to change my child's school, and the price is actually higher. So I've told him that I'm going to drop some amount. Sometimes I don't even have to talk about it. I'll just say, baby, don't worry, I'll send it to you, and you'll see it. Sometimes I'm like, baby, don't worry on this. I'm doing it. So we both know that the finances. So there's no set rule that, okay, Chinenye, you're dropping 50%, if you're dropping 50%, or Chinenye, you're dropping 60%, there's no set rule. But both of us have an understanding that the finances in the house, we take care. So he sometimes doesn't have to talk to me and say, oh, baby, you need to pay this. I'm like, don't worry. I don't even need to. Even from our wedding, I didn't leave him to say, oh, be footing the bill. That is not, my mom was a very solid woman. She was very, very much available financially. So I learned that from her, that when you get married, so far you're working. And that's why it's very important that every woman works. You cannot just be in a house, except maybe circumstances, because I understand that some men will be like, no, I don't want my wife to work. I want them to be in the house, take care of the kids and the home front. And that's why I decided to marry him, because I know that he was not that kind of thing. He's not a traditional man that thinks like that. He thinks he's a very open person. He wants to hear what do you have to say and all that. So I was watching a video, and I think Lori Dowsa, she's the wife of Feb Dowsa, the son of the Reverend Dowsa. She's talking about the fact that when they were trying to get married, when they wanted to get married, they agreed that they were not going to build a Nigerian home, a USA home. They wanted to build a kingdom-based home, a kingdom of God. What does God approve of? Right? So God approve of kindness. God approve of a man loving his wife to want to take off some burden. You understand, from her. God approve of a woman also working to take off the financial burden, because it's not easy. A lot of men are going through a lot of hypertension, blood pressure, because they're carrying so much from managing their own, because black tax. Parents are still calling, drop small. Siblings are calling, drop small. Friends are calling, drop small. So by the time he drop, and me, I'll still come and say, drop small. So most times, I don't tell him not to bother about me. I buy my shoes, buy my clothes, sometimes it just surprises me and buys. Sometimes I buy things for King, so I just say, baby, don't worry about this. I'll take care. You understand? So there's no set rule that, this is what you drop. I don't tell him that, you must. When I'm approaching him for financial matters, I approach from an appeal point of view. I don't come and say, you must buy this for me. I saw this hair and you are going to buy it. You are my husband. You are the provider of the home. I don't come that way. If I need it, I'll be like, baby, see, I saw this fine wig go. It's 150K. Me, I have 100K. Come and give me 50K now, please now. He will send the whole 150K to my account. It's not like I'm expecting it, but because that is my own thinking. I just feel that nobody should do it alone. Managing the home front is a lot. Carrying the financial burden, talking about what they call it, house rent, school fees, food stuff. One day we were trying to calculate how much. He went to one group because he loves to do. I don't shop. He does all the shopping, right? He went to a grocery shop. He bought almost 100 and something K. And I'm like, hey, I know since finishing.
Give me a dick.
In 2 weeks, we are done with everything, So it's for us. I think it's because he's an amazing person. I think I'm kind of understanding. So I'm a very understanding wife. And because he treats me well, I don't have a choice.
Wife.
He treats me well. So I don't have a choice than to step in. Sometimes I see that he has overdone. I will say, don't worry. I'll run around and get what we need. Happily. I'm not even doing it grudgingly. So I've told him I don't mind wiping all my investments and savings because he has something to do. I will do it with all my heart. Is it fair? I have to come true. He comes true. Even if it doesn't come true, he's a good guy. I don't have a choice. And so always,
If I blushing.
Yeah.
You're a good person now. Just that sometimes Wala is a lot.
What else can you do? Not bad news. Every 1 minute. Okay,
Okay. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
guys. This has been fun and very insightful. So as we round off, I want you both to give an advice, like to someone watching this who is probably thinking, I want to get married. Or someone who is already planning to get married. Like, what should they expect? Like, just advice. What of advice? Let's start with Ife.
Okay, so like the take-up from me, and I would say that is a mix of what I learned from my parents, what I learned from people that I watched and listened to, but most especially my parents. It's that this thing it's not a competition. It's a partnership where you can actually help and support each other. It's not a place where we're in a world right now where we're having a conversation about what it means to be a man and what it means to be a woman. At this point, if you're lucky to find someone you love and get married to, you can both help each other to be whatever you want to be. So that's it for me. We can't have the time to sit down and start thinking, oh, she's trying to cheat me or he's trying to cheat me. Because if you know your person, if you know where you stand with that person, and where that person stands with you, I think everything is going to be fine.
That's solid.
Okay, so I would say I always tell my parents that you spend more years in marriage. God sparing your life. You spend more years in marriage than as a single person because I know that most of us didn't even realize ourselves when we are 15 after secondary school. That's when we started trying to leave. I have a life. I'm no more. You understand?
Yeah, trying to be a big girl.
Yeah, trying to be a big. Exactly, trying to take responsibility for yourself. So most people get married in their 30s. Let's just say an average person will get married in their 30s, both guys and girls. And most of you live your life till like 60, 70, God sparing your life, you have a long life. But then if you calculate 15 to that 30, you've just spent 15 years with yourself. That 30 years to 60s is more like that's where you're more aware of life. You're thinking about your career or a business, you're having kids. So it's very imperative, it's important. You show off who you're getting married to. I see a lot of divorce stories. In fact, that's what's crowding the internet, and I'm happy you're doing this because it's better with change. Because I saw that video of this G online talking about a finished man. A lot of people were telling beautiful stories about this, and I'm like, you guys, come out and tell the story of how beautiful marriage is. It just depends on who you're getting. So be sure of who you're getting. If you know that you like, as a man, you love a woman that will stay at home I take care of the kids. Look, there are women like that. I have friends that love to cook. They don't mind staying in the kitchen from morning to night cooking, taking care of their home. They love it. Don't go and look for a woman that is career-driven like me and now forcing me to stay. You just stress me. We will not be happy. Last, we'll divide and go our separate ways. We'll put children in problems. A lot of children that are from divorced parents, and they're going through a lot because they have to pull their parents. Father will say, don't talk to your mother. Mother will say, you get? So you may not be able to have a full picture, but to be honest, we have that small, still voice telling us what is right. Except you're trying to just deceive yourself. And you know where they say, Delulu is a Solulu. You're just delusional. You know that this guy is not your guy. You know that this guy loves a stay-at-home mom, but you love career. You know that this guy wants children, but you don't want children. Why are you're just stressing ourselves? Your person is available. Calm down and look for your person. Don't rush. You're 35. You're a woman. You have not. There's no first confessor. You will be fine. It's better than for you to end up divorced. I think it's much traumatic.
Yeah.
To marry and divorce, and maybe their children. I'm more bothered about the children between them. Because to be honest, it's not easy. It's not. They are now going through a whole different life.
Yeah.
It's a lot, So I just say calm down and find your own person. Your person is available. Just calm down, find you. Marriage is beautiful. It's not like when it's the fact that someone has a fine face and all that does not mean the person is going through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a Miss World, have a lot of money, but they have their own personal issues with themselves. So the fact that marriage is beautiful does not mean that you will not go through one or two. But the fact that you're with your own person, your kind person, someone that will be there for you, will make the journey so easy and blissful. Like I'll tell anybody, my life in these past 3 years, our anniversary is December 17th, next week Friday. Yes. My life has taken a new, different. I know what I'm earning now. I know what I was earning then. I did not ever visualize that would be. Yes, I had passion and all that, but there was nobody to show me the way. He came and he lit up my path, and everything is just going easy. I want to say Siri where easily, and it's just so it's slang. It's just so easy. So I think that's it for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing honestly and being very open to this. So guys, I'm sure you enjoyed this session. I would like to call it this session as much as I did. So if you're watching this and you've not subscribed, subscribe now. And don't forget to like and share with your friends. Bye.